let me clone it. So first I'll be starting
Um,
from there
uh,
itself.
Bhaiya, Bhaiya, sorry to disturb. I want to ask. I want to tell people that this meeting is recording, and if you want the recording, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can go to our YouTube channel and give and can get a access to it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So let's start. One second. Yeah. We were talking about databases. I had created a model in which I have specified a name, a Twitter field, and a age field. The name field is my character field in which I going to use the characters, your characters so text simply, and in age I was going to use integers. So if any one of you have any doubts regarding the yesterday's session, then you can ask here. So if anyone has any doubt regarding setup or anything, just if you wanna revise something from the yesterday's topic, then you can feel free to ask. I will explain it once more. If anybody wants to doubt in any some parts or having some having some trouble in using that part. So if is it that case, then feel free to ask in the comment section. I will be explaining that. So I think there is no everything is clear from the yesterday's topic. So okay, so let's move to today's topic. So what I have done is I will explain a little bit the things. What I have done is I have created a data dictionary super user account, and it is the only database which is given me by Django itself. And in the data field, I have created a data itself called data, and it has one object by itself. Okay, so as we are a super users, then we have the full authentication or authorization to do everything from the database we want to do. We can delete it as well, we can create it as well from here. Okay, so we were doing this yesterday. Okay, so I have yesterday shown you that we have this data field, and what we are going to do today is we are going to fetch data from our database. So yeah, so that's the something from the yesterday session. So let me first show you the database. Like here, like yeah. So I had this database. Okay, so let me add some data in my database. And into 3 and age is 15, let's say, and it will be creating a database table. And let me add another database here. Mm, so okay, so now I have two queries here. First is called my database one, which has detail like test one, and the second one is test two. So I will be rendering it to my templates. Okay, so what should I see here? I should see here the name is test one. I should see the Twitter is test one at the rate 123 and age is 15, like something like that. Okay, and as I have created two databases, so I have to I should see two entries here, one uh, one after other. Okay, so let's see how will be I fetching data from my database. Okay, so yeah, with my terminal. Okay, so first of all, I will go to my views.py file and I will remove the data. Yeah, I will remove this data because now I will be fetching data from my database. Okay, so from fetching the data from my database, what I will be doing, I will be importing data from my database. Okay, so there is from dot models import data. So yeah, so what I'm doing is I have created a data class here, and in this class there are some tables, or you can say there are some fields which I'm going to showcase on my HTML page. Okay, so what I have done is I have imported my data model, a data class. Generally, you can say I have imported my data class from my models, and what I'll be doing is I will be sending it to I will be rendering it from a template. Okay, so I have imported my data. So I have imported data. So I think it should how will now I have to what I have to do is I have to send my data to the HTML file. Okay, so for this there is like a written. I have already told you that it will render a request, and this is my HTML page. Now I have to change something in my dictionary field. So what I have to change is I have a data here, which is a data string here, which is uh, going to render in my template. And what is data is this data is my database. Okay, so one thing is I have to tell you is when we are talking about database, so database is like a object, like a class. uh, as you can see here, it is a class. And when you have to work with class, we make the object of the class. Okay, so what I'm telling is there is a class called names. You can assume it as there we are talking about some fields or some specific details which is needed for data. Okay, so as I'm a user, I will go to the I will go and I will say that my name is this, and this is my Twitter account, this is my age, this is my data, please store it. Okay, so it is something like that. A class is like a group, or a group or a collection in which we have filled a different type of things. And what object is something we are using those fields and submitting our data. Okay, so I have done this particular thing here is I have I am using the data class and creating its instances of objects. Okay, so the thing is that what I want to tell you is I am making objects from the data. Okay, so I have many objects here. So what I have to do is I have to show all the objects here. So data dot objects, it's a function. Yeah, data dot objects dot all. So it should show all the objects of my data class. The class data I have shown here you is my data, and it should showcase my all the data here. Yeah, so let's see if it do these things. Yeah, so now what it's showing is the data. Let me show you once again. Yeah, so my first thing is test one. This is here. The name is test one. One second, the test one. Where is that? Yeah. Yeah, so this test one, the Twitter account is test one at the rate 123 and age is 15. Okay. So if I delete this data from here, yeah, I am sure to delete this data. Now what it should show? It will show only test two. What is this test two? Test two is this. The name is test two. The Twitter account is test two at the rate 123 and the age is 16. Okay. So yeah, if I create a data from here, like add data, name is like test 3, Twitter is hello, it is 18. I would save it, and if I like refresh here, so I am seeing that I have test 3 here, and the Twitter account is hello and the age is 18. So it denotes that we are creating data in my database, and I am rendering it through my like I am rendering through my HTML page. Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty much good thing which we can do. So now let's see let's see a thing which is called uh, it's called your like date time field. Like if I have to see the date, let's see if there's a question here. No, there's no question. So if I have to see that I have some data timing like this thing. Yeah. So currently you can see that there is no time of this by which we can predict that at this time this entry has been filled in that database. So what we are going to do is we are going to add something which will tell what the time of the entry. Uh, yeah. So for this we have something called from Django dot utils import time zone. So what it will doing is it will be importing a time zone library, which what that library does is it shows that time zone of every every country every time like that. So what we are going to do, time is equals to models dot date time field. Date time field which we are using it because we want a date and time in our date time user model. So there is some specific um, date time like configuration which is slash between them, and for betterment of the admin panel, so we are using it a date time field. And what we are going to do is we are going to set it default by time zone dot now. Okay, so what is going to do is it will be like showing us the time zone, the correct time which is currently in my country. Okay, so yeah, so I have to migrate. First of all, I have to migrate for this Python manage.py make. So the thing is that when you are doing something with your database, your manage.py class, manage.py file, then you have to migrate it every time. So as I have changed my manage.py class here, so I have to migrate it once again. So that thing is manage.py, and I have first to migrate it, and I will make migrations right now. Okay, so all the migrations has been done. Yeah, so all the migrations has been done. I have forgot to fire up my yeah, the server is now live. Okay, so let me create a new entry. Name is Harsh. It is Harsh. Page is 18, and you can see that time and date is filled it here automatically. Like that, it is showing me like a calendar by itself because I have added a date time field here. Where is it? Yeah, because of this date time field, the admin panel is helping out me to helping out me to show the data, the date and the time by itself, and showing this beautiful UI of the calendar uh, of date itself. Okay, so yeah, so it is showing me the time and date for my, current. Okay, so yeah, this is the model, and the thing is that we are like, yeah, we are getting the name Twitter.Hirsch is 18, yeah, thing like that. Then uh, why we are not seeing the time and date which we are showing there here? So the reason is that my HTML file. So the thing is that I am rendering only the dot name, dot Twitter, and age. So I am only rendering name, Twitter, and age here. So I will be only getting the data of my name, Twitter, and age here by itself, and I will not getting the date time itself. So I think it will be your like work. So if you want to show the date and time by here itself, so what you have to do is you have to just yeah render your date and time here by this model called 10, and it will be rendered. Okay, so let's move further. So let's go further about this, and there is a called email field. If we are going to use email, so let me show you that also. Email is equals to model dot email field. Okay, so this email field is like max length. Okay, and the unique is equals to true. So what I have done is here is I have added a email field, and I have added a unique is equals to true. So what would these parameters mean? Okay, so first of all, I have created an email field. Why I have used a email field instead of your character field. So I have added this email field because your email is a specific pattern, like your @gmail.com, or it maybe contains a .ac.in at the end, and it must be creating like and something like that, and @outlook.com. So it has a specific pattern. So what it will be doing is it will be like identifying that pattern in your email field, and if it is an email field, then it is going to store that, and if it is not a email field, then it will be not going to store that. And the thing is max length, it will be saying that the maximum length of that field should be this, and the unique thing is that if we are saying that this should be unique, so it means that your email should be unique. It should not be entered previously in our database. So what it mean, like if you are using like Facebook or any other applications, social media applications, then what they do is they accept only one email from the particular ID, and they recognize you from that ID. Okay, so if you try to sign up from that email ID, they say that this email ID is already logged in, and if you want to log in, then you can forward your password, something like that. That's completely by yourself, but that thing I am going to showcase here is that these services identifies your email, and if you are trying to input your email again, the same email you have logged in before, so they will say it's logged in already. So if you want to log in again, so what you have to do, you can use a new email or log in. Okay, so yeah, so for, as I've already told you, I have added an email field, then I have to migrate it first. So I have to migrate it. Python manage.py make migrations. Second option, migrate. Okay, I have to run my server again. App data.email. So operation admin app data. So I'll be getting some errors. Data.email. What's that? 1 second. Mm, objects.all. So I have to migrate it again, I think. The models have changed. You are not affected the migration, so we are not to migrate.py. So I have to like delete my database here, and it is migrating right now. Yeah, I think there is some error in my email field. So let me see here. Mail field unique is equal to true, max length. We have two blank is equals to true. It's migrated right now, and we have to create a super user right again because I have deleted my database. So I am creating my super user again. Mm, yeah, I have data here, and if I create a new entry, then I'll be getting an email field here. The name is Hersh. The Twitter is Hersh, and the age is 18, and the time field is set by itself. And email should be, if I say Hersh, and then it should show me an error that please check the error below. Okay, so error is saying that I should have a valid email address. So as I have told you that you should enter a valid email address here. So you have to enter at the rate gmail.com or something like that. Gmail.com. Now it is saved to my database. If I create any other instance of it or something like that, then page name and email is equals to harsh@gmail.com. Yeah. So as I have removed that like unique is equals to true thing here, so it will be taking same data for multiple your like it is taking same email again and again. If I put yeah, like unique is equals to true here, then it will be taking your different databases. Okay, so that is a thing of databases, and I have shown you that how you can take data from outside. So we'll be discussing something about forms now. So what are forms? Like you have to take data from the user, so you have to make some forms or something that from that user can interact. So we will be going to use some forms now. So let's see what are forms. So yeah, we are in my our use.py file. So what are we going to use is we are going to use forms. So from uh, Tango dot contrib dot auth support user creation form. So what we are going to do here is we are importing user creation form which is provided us by Django default by itself, and we are going to use that form in our template. So yeah, so we are going to use our by default inbuilt user creation form template which is provided us by Django. Okay, so if there is any doubt or something like that, so you can tell me in the chat box. If there any doubt or something, if it is not clear to you, so feel free to ask in the chat box. Yeah, so I think there is no doubt the thing we have tried until now. So let's move further. So we are here at user creation form, and what we are doing is we are creating a form. So let's see form is equal to user creation form. So we are taking data from our user creation form, and we what we are going to do is we are going to uh, like passing a form here. Okay, so a form, and let me create a new file for it, which will be form.html. Okay, so I have created a new file for it, which is form.html, and I will be passing my form in that template. So let's create a new template here. So what we are going to do is here we are going to like make a HTML file. Okay, so in the HTML file, let me pass a form here. I'm just passing a form here, and let's see what happens. Fire up my terminal. Yeah, so we are getting a form, a basic form, basic input entries like a username, your password, and your password confirmations, or these kind of things, which is basically used for something basic registration form. So if a person wants to log in, then he should be a username, which should be a unique username and a password, and that password should be uh, uh, verified because it should be the same password, and it is giving us some warning like your password can't be some of your other personal information. It should be at least 8 character. And so Django by default handle it that it should be like unique, and it should be it should be not something like easy, and it should be contain some numeric and special characters. So Django is going to handle this by itself. So in that case, Django comes handy that we don't have to take so much headache in terms of developing softwares by using Django. So it is going to take care by itself. Yeah. So I have passed the form, and let me pass. Let me pass. Let me make a button for submitting it. Button. Button is called sign up. Uh, Something button, and we are going to use a form field here. Form action post. So I have created a form here. Form is a post. So what does that mean is post? We have two things, like one thing is get, one thing is get request. Get request. So get request. What the get request does is the get request is uh, fetch data from our server to the database. Oh, sorry, it fetches data from the database, or you can say server, to the template. Okay, and like we are downloading data, you can say in simple terms. And what is post means? Post means is posting data. We are taking data from template or any other stuff, and we are posting it on our server. Okay, so the create and post means this thing. And yeah, so we are going to uh, paste our form here. We are going to paste our form here. So we are getting a div here. Yeah, so we have a button called sign up. We have a sign up button right here right now. And so we have this form here. And yeah, so everything is working fine. And now what I have to do is I'll be having I have to tell you something called CSRF token. So Django gives us a key of security is called CSRF token. What is that? CSRF token. What is that CSRF token is? CSRF token is something like a security layer. So this is a CSRF attack which generally happens on the sites. So Django take care of that. That the developer should know about this CSRF token. Let me show you. There is should be an error when I be submitting this. So when I be saying search and uh, test at the rate 123. So when I will submit it, hey, 1 second. Action is equal to submit equals to it should submit it. 1 second. The method is submit. 1 second. Let me here done it again. Yeah, it's not submitting right now. It I think there is a issue. I have created. Oh, sorry. I have took that button out of the form here. Button action is equal to, I think action. its value is equals to submit. Yeah, so it should submit right now. Test the 23. Yeah, what I'm getting is we have the current page doesn't match, and we are getting a page not found error here. So what I have to do is I have to create some pages after this. So this will be redirecting us to the post page. So we have to create it as well. So yeah, we have to add a CSRF token here as well. So we have done we have created a form, and it is rendering forms here, and uh, yeah, so it's working right now. So what I have till I have seen is that one thing I have to showcase you here is we are posting a request, a username and a password which is shown here. So you can see that the error we are getting is we have a error which is 404 which is not get, and uh, after that you can see that the password and the username which we are sending. Okay, so let's see, this is the thing, and yeah, so yeah, so if now I'm going to tell you that how can you this is a form which we are getting inside inbuilt from the uh, Django, and what if I have to create a form of this data which I have created here to the form. I have to showcase the data to a form. So what I'll be going is I will
um
be creating a forms dot value.
सॉरी हर्ष आई वांट टू से समथिंग लाइक अभी 5 मिनट में ना ये मीटिंग एंड हो जाएगी लाइक इसका वो था ना कि अभी ये 5 मिनट में एंड हो जाएगी सो मैं आपको फिर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप फिर से ज्वाइन कर लो इसको आफ्टर द एंडिंग लाइक अभी जैसे एंड होगा फिर से दोबारा ज्वाइन कर लेना
Okay, okay,
ओके
okay. I will do it again.
ओके
Okay. So I have these fields, and what I'm going to do is I will be creating a forms.py file which is going to create a form from this data. So yeah, so form, yeah, it is a form.py file, and what is it is going to do is it will be fetching data from my model. So what I have to do first is from forms, from dot models, import your the class which you are going to use is which is data. No, is data. Okay, so it is going to uh, from dot model. Oh, 1 second. So what we have it here, it is data. What we are going to import is from Django forms import forms. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm creating a class of the forms which we are going to use. So we are getting it like a simple form. Okay, and the simple form the class is data, and the meta. We are going to create a different class here. So what I have done is so far is I have created a Django form here. The form is a library which is inbuilt provided by Django, and it allows us to develop our custom forms from our